Hello everyone, my name is Sylvia and this presentation is about synthetic cultures. First of all, I want to ask you a question. What is acceptable behavior? Well, since early childhood, we were told by our elders what is right or what is wrong. And this is the knowledge that constitutes our understanding of what is acceptable behavior. However, when we move to the international scenario, this knowledge and these values most probably won't be the same. So, in order to communicate effectively and successfully across cultures, we have to be open to new kinds of behaviors. In communication, what is important is not only the message, but the way we transmit it. That is to say, the non-verbal skills. And the best way to learn them is by practice, as we all know that practice makes perfect. We have to put ourselves in someone else's shoes in order to understand him better. For these purposes, the chapter introduces a story, a fairy tale called The Best Country, which is based on Hofstede's value dimension and introduces a simulation of synthetic cultures. The story takes place on an island, Malila, where a couple runs an inn. They have 5 daughters, Satu, Dua, Taiga, Ampet, and Laima. When the daughters grew up, they got married to foreigners and moved abroad. Unfortunately, after some years, their father died. So the girls came back and decided that their mother would go to live abroad with one of them. But the question was, with which one? The 5 eldest grandchildren described their countries so that the grandmother could choose on her own. Satu's daughter said that they believe in the rights of individuals. All people are different, and that they can pursue their own interests. Also, that they can express their own opinions, which is a sign of honesty. Furthermore, they don't waste time on unnecessary subjects. You can create your own image because you don't depend from your family roots. You don't take care of your relatives because you are taught to be independent and responsible for yourself since early childhood. And then Dua's son described his country. He said that everybody is equal there. Everyone has the same rights and no privileges. Teachers are equals to students and parents are equal with children. Each leader, they can elect a leader who will behave like a common person. After that, Taiga's daughter said that in their country they take care of relatives and strangers. They expect to do the best, but not to be the best. They also reject individualist and assertive people. They have to be modest and unassuming, and also that boys and girls are equal. And then, after that, Ampat's son said that in their country, they have to follow order and self-discipline because they have very strict rules that they have to obey. They value the truth, which is written with a big T. But the problem is that they reject being different. That is why they admit that it was somehow difficult for their mother to adapt to this country's rules. After that, Laima's daughter said that in their country they value people for what they do. They have to work hard, save money, and never give up. They don't concentrate on present, but they look into the future. Also, they always spend wisely. So, as you can see, um, although this was a fairy tale, it is based on truth. Every family represents a group of people that develop their own way of living, that is to say, their own culture. It is important to understand that no culture is better or worse, even though they may have some aspects that you may like less or more. Despite being different, all cultures have the same five basic problems of society. That is, identity, hierarchy, gender, truth, and virtue. Each of five basic social problems gave rise to two synthetic cultures. That is to say, we've got 10 synthetic cultures. They are extreme manifestations of the value orientations at both ends of that dimension. Each culture is obsessed with one aspect of social life. Here you can see the chart about synthetic cultures. Their origin is the five value dimension of Hofstede, and they are on each extreme of the value dimension. For example, the dimension of gender, on one extreme we have femininity, and on the other one is masculinity. So, for example, the person that belongs to synthetic culture of femininity will only defend and represent that aspect of the culture. So, when we start the simulation of synthetic culture, first of all, we have to choose representatives of every synthetic cultures, and then the participants should put themselves in someone else's shoes. They have to act as if they belong to that culture in reality. Also, they have to feel the cultural pride and also enjoy it. And what is the purpose of the simulation of synthetic cultures? It develops cultural awareness in practice. As I said at the beginning, that the best way to learn the verbal and non-verbal skills concerning different cultures is through practice. So, this is all I wanted to say about the simulation of synthetic cultures, and thank you very much for your attention.